Thinking about the numerous people who former President Trump fired, I really wonder if his campaign manager will be next. How in the world did the campaign manager select this comedian, knowing his reputation? Comedian Tony Hinchcliffe's set had been reviewed by Trump's campaign. Yes, he had ad-libs, but Trump's team knew that this particular comedian is considered controversial and even racist. He's known for being an insult comic who roasts others and pushes the boundaries to the extreme. Remember in May 2021, Tony Hinchcliffe faced backlash over using a racial slur against fellow comedian Ping Dang during a performance. It definitely wasn't called for then, nor were the slurs called for now. Absolutely no one would be allowed to speak and share their opinions without every specific piece of content reviewed previously. So, even though the former president's team claimed they had not vetted all the comedian's remarks, the comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe's approved 32-minute opening at former President Donald Trump's campaign was raw, offensive, but his honest perspective. Tony Hinchcliffe's vile statements about blacks, Puerto Ricans, Jewish people, etc., was his honesty. This is a small portion of insults compared to how he and the majority of his peers within the same political party devalue and think about other human beings. Donald Trump's campaign senior advisor, Danielle Alvarez, said in a statement Monday that this joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign, end of quotes, referring to Hinchcliffe's joke about Puerto Rico, leaving the other racist remarks unaddressed. Now on The View, I love that show, by the way. The host, Sunny Houston, originally from Puerto Rico, and her co-host, Ana Navarra, along with their colleagues Whoopi Goldberg, Alyssa Farah Griffith, gave relevant details about disrespectful statements mentioned at the Madison Square Garden rally this past weekend. Well,
a spokesperson said the joke was in poor taste and did not reflect the campaign's or you-know-whose views.
That's when we realized they vote.
Sonny, I'm gonna start with you. What you think about all this?
Thank you, Whoopi.
You're welcome, Sonny.
This Puerto Rican has something to say about the island that I love, where my family is from. Puerto Rico is trash. We are Americans, Donald Trump. We voluntarily serve disproportionately high in the military, while you have bone spurs. And we vote. Pennsylvania is home to almost 500,000 Puerto Ricans. North Carolina, 115,000. Georgia, 100,000. Arizona, 64,000. Wisconsin, 61,000. Michigan, 43,000. Nevada, 27,000. We vote Donald Trump. Trash. And by the way, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin, Bad Bunny, Luis Fonsi, and Mark Anthony have over 345 million followers on Instagram. I think you only have 26 million, since you care so much about size. And we don't like what was said about Puerto Rico. And we know how to take the trash out, Donald Trump. Trash that has been collecting since 2016. And that's you, Donald Trump. And finally, my fellow Puerto Ricans, trash collection day is November 5th, 2024. Don't forget it.
Today when I was leaving the hotel, there was a woman there, and she started talking to me about this rally. And I said to her, "Are you Puerto Rican?" And she said to me, "No, but today we are all Puerto Ricans."
Right.
And so I want to say, and he didn't just make jokes about Puerto Ricans.
No, he didn't.
He made jokes about blacks.
Yep.
You know, the whole trope about watermelons. He made jokes, a vile joke about Latinos that we can't even put on daytime TV.
Yep.
So today we are all in this together. And I'm going to say this particularly to my Latino community. If Trump asking for the death penalty for 5 young men of color, black and Latino, the exonerated 5 wasn't enough for you. If Trump getting investigated for refusing to rent to black people wasn't enough for you. If Trump promoting a racist trope against the first black president with the birtherism wasn't enough for you. If Trump calling Mexicans rapists and criminals and bad hombres wasn't enough for you. If Trump calling us vermin, invaders, people who poison the blood of this country wasn't enough for you. If Trump throwing paper towels at people in need after Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico wasn't enough for you. If Trump saying immigrants have made this country into the trash can of the world wasn't enough for you, then maybe, just maybe, this comedian, handpicked, chosen, vetted by the Trump campaign because he reflects what Trump has said his entire lifetime, maybe that will be enough for you. And on November 5th, I want you to vote for your heritage and your traditions and your identity. I want you to vote with dignity and self-respect. Latinos, comunidad, si ustedes tienen respeto por sí mismos, si tienen dignidad, defiendan esa dignidad y usen sus votos el 5 de noviembre para sacar a Donald Trump.
Yes.
This is sabotage at its best. And would you believe it? Trump now is trying to distance himself away from the comedian, saying, oh, he doesn't even know him. Like he was hired and Trump didn't approve it. Maybe he doesn't know him as a buddy or as a very good friend, but he knows him. He knows of his character.
With 1 week left in the race for the White House, today former President Trump is at Mar-a-Lago ahead of a rally tonight in Pennsylvania, trying to do damage control after the fallout from his rally in Madison Square Garden over the weekend. Several speakers on stage made racist, misogynistic, and crude comments, including one from a comedian who equated Puerto Rico to an island of garbage.
I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like what happened the other night at Madison Square Garden. The love in that room, it was breathtaking.
Trump this morning telling ABC News he has not watched the comedian's comments, insisting, quote, I don't know him. Someone put him up there. I don't know who he is. Trump's campaign has tried distancing itself from the comedian, saying his comment doesn't reflect the views of the former president, but has not denounced the other comments made at the rally. Vice President Harris accuses Trump of stoking hate and division, and tonight she'll be in Washington, delivering her closing argument to voters from where Trump made his speech on January 6, 2021, before the attack on the Capitol. Speaking with radio host Charlemagne the God this morning, Harris pushed back against the assertion that she's struggling to gain support among black men.
The black men in particular who are at the rallies have recently been saying to me, don't you listen to that, and they got to stop with all that noise. We support you.
In the home stretch of the campaign trail, the VP has tried bringing her economic pitches front and center, with the cost of living top of mind for many voters now heading to the polls.
So together we will build a future where we bring down the cost of living. That will be my focus every single day as president.
Well, now hundreds of thousands of Puerto Ricans and Latinos all over the U.S. have more incentive to vote blue. Good, especially as our fellow Americans. Tony Hinchcliffe's words will be always paired with former Donald Trump because he was allowed and given approval to demean people of other races. And I'm looking forward to see how the polls will be affected within 1, maybe to 3 days. Puerto Ricans and additional Latinos are continually voting in droves. I cannot wait to see the change in the polls. That's all I have to say for now.